We got a really funny comic coming up. First time on the show, give it up for Cam Honeyager.
Hey! Hey, what's up, guys? How are we feeling? I'm not nepotism. I'm just plain old white privilege. All right. So I'm good. Oh, that's me. Hi. It's kind of like a before and after photo. That's really upsetting. Oh, there we go. This is the story. I misspelled his name. I'm just realizing that right now. This is the story of Fredrico, a.k.a. Kiko Cruz, by Cam Honeyager. That's me. I'm a Michigan boy. Anybody else from Michigan here? Okay, where are you from in Michigan?
I'm with Canton. I grew up in Ann Arbor.
Okay, have you heard of this? Do you know what I'm talking this story? Have you heard of it before?
I've never heard of it.
Okay. This is a very local, I'm from West Michigan, just outside Grand Rapids. I grew up in small towns. All right, get the fuck out of here. No, I grew up in like Sparta, Rockford. Those are the names of the towns I grew up in. All small towns. This tale takes place in Sparta, Michigan. Population 4,000 people. They're known for two things. They're known for apples. They're known for producing guys that look like that. That's just a Google image. I didn't Photoshop that or anything. And it's known for teenagers drunkenly yelling, "This is Sparta!" and then kicking that sign. And it's known for a fourth thing, which is what we'll talk about tonight. So yeah, this is the story of David and Fredrico. This is a story I heard a lot growing up as a kid. It was kind of like a tale of caution, if you will. On the left, we have David. He was like a 17-year-old kid. He lived in like a Christian youth home at the time. This was the 90s. He was a very nice kid from what I've read. He loved his family. On the right, we have Fredrico. Kiko, that's what I'll call him the rest of the night, Kiko. He was a troubled kid. He was, molested at a young age, and then apparently he was like charged with like arson, torturing animals. He's kind of a fucked up. He's that weird cousin you just don't let your kid around alone. That was Kiko. Fun fact: my mom was friends with both of these guys. Yeah. When my mom was pregnant with me, she hung out with Kiko like a couple days before he did what he's about to do. I know, creepy. Even more fun fact, I went to middle school with his niece, and one day she went to the bathroom, and her phone went off, and her purse, and the teacher told my friend to like go shut it off, and when she opened it up, there was a vibrator in it. So. Weird family, if you ask me. Bring your vibrator to school? It's crazy. All right, we'll move on. So these are the train tracks that run through Sparta, Michigan. There's a train that comes like once a month. Other than that, it's like teenagers in the 90s. This is what they would use these train tracks to like walk through town. This is like the teenager highway back in the day, you know? This is the teenager highway. It's where you go when you sneak out. You take the train tracks to get to different parties. When I went there in middle school, what we would do is we'd hang out under this bridge right here, and we'd drink and smoke our parents' cigarettes, and we would get premarital hand jobs from future stepmoms. We became men. But nobody takes the train tracks anymore. You'll find out why. So yeah, one night, oh no, I went too far. All right, god damn it. There we go, there's the back arrow. There we go. Back to the train tracks. You didn't see the other slides. All right, look at me, you didn't see them. So one night, David was walking down the train tracks. He's on his way home to the Christian youth home. And he runs into Kiko, our main character. And they start talking. They kind of know each other, but they're not really friends, but they know of each other. They're talking. And Kiko goes, "Hey, I'm growing some weed over by the airport if you want to come check out my weed plants." And so they go walk and they go check out the weed plants. So that's some sticky icky if you're not familiar. That's what we refer to as the devil's lettuce. This is back in the 90s where you just had to find a random field on the side of the highway and just grow your weed, There was no dispensaries. And so they're checking out the weed, and David accidentally steps on one of the weed plants. And, Kiko, he's upset, naturally. Hey, you just fucked up like $200 worth of weed. He's upset. I understand why. I think what he did next was a bit of a overreaction. Some of you understand foreshadowing. Because what happened next can be described as a Mortal Kombat session. That's... I don't know if you guys ever played Mortal Kombat. I used to watch my cousins play when I was like 6. They would play Mortal Kombat, and I could never play because it was too violent. And then one day, my mom took me to an arcade, and they had a Mortal Kombat machine. And I was like, oh, she doesn't know how violent this game is. Let's play. And I got her to play with me, and then one time, her character ripped my character's head off. And that was a great bonding moment for us. Love it, no. So similar vibes. It really wasn't. It was more of like when you play video games with your like with your dad and he doesn't know the controls and he's just spitting. That's kind of how this fight went. It was Kiko just stomping the shit out of David. He stomped on his trachea, he stomped on his chest and just kicked his head a bunch. It was brutal, very brutal. And then he took it to a nearby swamp, and I don't know what was funny about that. I just had a feeling it would be. Took it to a nearby swamp. He left it, and then came back about 12 hours later with an axe. I know. An axe. He had all the bitches on him. This is the 90s. Axe was shit. No, it wasn't this axe. It was the worst. It was, I don't know about worse. It was this type of axe might have done more damage than others. But he came back with like an axe, and he got up to some shenanigans with that thing. He decapitated David. He tried to cut out his heart. I know, that's, for some reason, that's just a weird detail. That's just like, wow, that makes it extra gruesome. Like, his heart? No. He couldn't get the heart out, but he did get the head. And he brought it home with him, and then proceeded to make his own little home video. You guys thought I was going to show you the video for a second. You were like, fuck, are we about to see something? No, I'm glad I can show you that. But yeah, he made his own little video of him playing with the head and like scooping the brains out. I know, it's fucked up. And he called the head Eddie. I don't know why. Some think it was like an Iron Maiden reference. But yeah, it's like he did like a whole talk show of him and Eddie the Heady. I came up with that, and I'm very proud. Him and Eddie the Heady, he did like a whole talk show of him talking to the head and then talking to the camera. It was fucked up. And he called it the Murder Show. He's like, welcome to the fucking Murder Show, and it's him and Eddie. Which, I don't know, I've seen worse. But, so here's my game. Here's a list of names I think are better than the Murder Show. First up, Talking Heads. I feel like that's, can't really get better than that. Second up, we have Head to Head, kind of like a game show type of vibe. And thirdly, the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. Yeah. So he ended up taking this copies of this video and handing them out to all of his friends. Yeah, I know. It was the 90s. It's when people were into watching fucked up shit. Not like today. But yeah, apparently one of the friends' dads ended up seeing the video and was like, that's not porn. What are you doing, son? And so Kiko got arrested. That's his dad. I wonder who molested him. I don't know. I know. Nice shoulders though, right? I wonder what he does for traps. But yeah, so Kiko got arrested. They found him out pretty easily. He was the guy with the head in his closet. That's kind of hard to find in a town of 4,000 people. So yeah, and then he got sentenced to prison for the rest of his life. The end. Psych! Psych! In 2012, the Supreme Court decided that it was unlawful, cruel and unusual punishment to give a minor life in prison without parole. So he started, trying to get back and get a resentencing. In 2018, the judge was like, fuck no, dude. They saw the video and he was like, that's crazy. They played the video of him, played the video he made, and they watched it with him. And they said, what do you think about this, Kiko? And he goes, I wish I had picked better background music. I know, which to be fair, listen, we've all made mistakes when we try to rush a project, But eventually, he got denied, but eventually this year in 2025, it got approved, and he's out on parole. So if you're ever in West Michigan, avoid the fucking train tracks. And now it's actually the end, for real this time. Thank you guys.
Keep it going for Cam! Funny stuff.